Good afternoon, everyone. Malachi DeBruce, Criminal Offenders Legal Advocacy Group. Wanted to chime in on the video that was just uploaded to the group's page, along with the friends and family of SCI's page, regarding Mr. Angel Arbelay. Mr. Arbelay became the unfortunate target of a personal vendetta between two officers who are on what we call in Delaware the Governor's Task Force, aka Safe Streets. What both of those entities are is a joint venture between the local police and officers of the probation and parole units. Unfortunately, the Delaware Supreme Court, along with many other jurisdictions in the United States, have proven over and over that this particular group and agency is unlawful. What happens is the Delaware State Police, who generally wouldn't have any jurisdiction to just simply run up on an individual and say, hey, put your hands up, let me search you, are utilizing probation and parole to do that with individuals whom they know to be on any level of probation. So what does that mean? That doesn't just mean if you're on level 3, they're going to come search you with the police. That means if you're even on level 1 probation, which is unsupervised, under this Governor's Task Force and Safe Streets, they can say, hey, listen, Mr. John Doe, you're on level 1 probation. We have the absolute right to search you. Now, in this case that you're watching, Mr. Arbelay became, like I said, the target of a personal vendetta between these two officers. Basically, they profiled him. Mr. Arbelay has tattoos on his face and things of that nature, which is no more inconsistent with the culture of today in so-called hip-hop. So I say all that to say, what the police officers did was they began to campaign to lock Mr. Arbelay up at any cost. I mean, we had instances reported where, as a result of a traffic ticket, such as in this instance, they, locked him up and made a spectacle and brought 1,000 police. An instance where he had an argument with a loved one, an ex-girlfriend. They brought a tank to the house, and these pictures will be uploaded later. So I just want to put a little bit of feel around what's going on. But what's the most important is the fact that Mr. Arbelay is now serving 25 years at James T. Vaughn Correctional Center as a result of what these officers put into play against him. And, it was a counterfeit narcotic found. And, so there's some things going on that I can't really discuss because the case is still technically open. Now, I will say this. Mr. Arbelay does have a 42 USC 1983 civil rights violations lawsuit against these individuals in the United States District Court for the District of Delaware. Now, what's even more interesting is Mr. Arbelay did not ask for any monetary or punitive compensation. He simply said, hey, listen, something's got to be done. Hey, court, I want you to address these officers as well as this overall unit known as Safe Streets for all of the atrocities that they're causing and violating people's rights and putting people in jail unlawfully. This is being done on a systemic basis. In Delaware, we have over 72% of individuals incarcerated as a result of violations of probation, and the majority of them have been placed there by Safe Streets officers. That should tell you something. Okay, so I don't want anybody to get lost in the sauce with everything that's going on with individuals being pulled over and shot by police and murdered by police. These are atrocities that need to be brought out to the public, immediately as well. But let's not lose focus on illegal searches and seizures like this case, because if you have a loved one, a child, a niece, a nephew, this is our future. We don't want to have our children just getting their license and being pulled over and illegally searched and incarcerated for something as small as maybe a joint of weed. Not to say that I condone weed smoking, but for those that do that. Okay, so I say all that to say I just want to put everything out and be on Front Street with everybody. We need your support. This is going to be a big case, and we're trying to make some changes. We need your support. Thank you for listening to me again. I'll be back with some detailed information. This was more or less just a little bit of off the top stuff for you guys to take a look at and really think about. Have a great day.